Big shocker. Tom Brady is coming back for the 2018 season. He made it official last night. Yep, he's coming back. And we're already starved for football stories, aren't we? The draft's over. It's like this Tom Brady story, the interview he did with Jim Gray, doesn't feel appreciated, but he's coming back. He was with Jim Gray yesterday at a conference in California. He confirmed he'll play in 2018. Some of his comments raised questions about the atmosphere in Foxborough. We've talked about it probably on and off the last 6 months, maybe even longer than that. There's something going on there. There has been something going on there as well. Jim Gray asked Brady if he felt appreciated by the team. Instead of answering, Tom Brady had this to say.
Do you feel appreciated by them, and do they have the appropriate gratitude for what you have achieved?
I plead the fifth. Look, man, that is a tough question. Yeah, I mean,
your wife seems to indicate.
Yeah. I think everybody in general wants to be appreciated more at work, in their professional life. But there's a lot of people that appreciate me more than, way more than I ever thought, was possible as part of my life.
Now, I joked that he was taking the fifth, or at least we think he is. He's playing to the crowd. A lot of times when you do an interview in that setting, the person who's being interviewed will be very forthcoming because they feel like, this is different. There's not a one-on-one appearance here. It's not a interview there. This is where there's an intimate crowd and you want to play to the crowd. You're an entertainer. You want to say some things. Instead of, if I sit down with Tom Brady, as I did at the Super Bowl, and there's a camera on me and a camera on him and people around, and they're waiting to listen to your answers, and then we're going to carve it up and put it on our Super Bowl coverage. This is different there. This was somebody he's known a long time in Jim Gray, somebody he's very comfortable with. But Brady is letting you in, and it's not so subtle of a secret now because it feels like everybody's been saying this, or they've been saying it in a subtle way. Remember Gronk when Amendola went to Miami? It's like, be free, be happy. I think everybody feels, and you're seeing this in San Antonio with Greg Popovich. Kawhi Leonard, according to reports, wants Pop to lighten up a little bit here. And these are two of the greatest coaches in the history of sports, Popovich and Belichick. Brady did go on to say nice things about Bill Belichick, so I don't want to take something out of context and just make it seem like he had nothing nice to say. But ever since last season, it's appeared that something's amiss up there in Foxborough. And maybe we read too much into it. Maybe it doesn't matter because once Brady takes the field, he probably feels like he is better prepared than any other quarterback could possibly be. He may not like that Bill Belichick doesn't show love. I'm shocked that we're at this point and people think Bill Belichick does show love. In a unique way, he probably does. But the love he is showing for you is the preparation that he provides for you to be great. Brady is not here without Belichick, and Belichick isn't here without Brady. There's synchronicity there. But Brady rewards his coach by carrying out this game plan here. I've had bosses that you want them to say, hey, nice job. They're just not who they are. But then you have bosses who do say that, maybe too much. And then you wonder if it's real with what they're saying. It's weird. But, these are players who are interchangeable. Coaches usually stay. The player's interchangeable here. But Brady and Belichick, I think we want them to have a good relationship. And I even asked Brady that at the Super Bowl. I said, do you think you and Bill will ever sit down when you're both done and reflect back on it? And he was like, I don't know. Like he was saying that that's not who Bill is. Bill doesn't take a stroll down memory lane. Even when he got together with Bill Parcells, how awkward was that? The two Bills? That was awkward. It's because Belichick couldn't care less about looking back on that, even though he's a guy who loves history, but he doesn't love his history. He's always got I'm moving forward, constantly. He's not one of those that goes, I remember when. That's just not who he is. But the Patriots will probably come out on top again. They're favored by Vegas, so I'm sure this is just one of those moments that we haven't been afforded a window into the Patriot way. Now there's a couple windows being opened. And we're fascinated because we're all voyeurs. We want to look in and go, wait, what's going on? Wait, he doesn't feel appreciated. Oh, Gronk. Gronk doesn't feel appreciated. Amendola's gone. Gronk says be free and be happy. But I will say this about those Patriot players. They do want to play for him because he does make them better. And they do play meaningful games. You know, Brady knows that if I go someplace else, it's going to be different. This is the best place to win, to cement a legacy, and so does Gronk. I think Gronk would rather play in an environment that he might be not thrilled with, but he knows he can win, as opposed to, hey, let me be all willy-nilly, carefree, and I'm going to go play for the Raiders. He wants to win. He only, it's a finite amount of time that they have. And Brady's saying, while I'm playing, this is who I want to play for, the organization I want to play for.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.